Hi and welcome to Watch and Work. Watch and Work is ContiTech's service video series for automotive mechanics. In them you'll learn how to change timing belts on a wide range of vehicle engines, simply, safely and quickly. These videos show the key working steps for workshop pros. They might take a few minutes, but it's worth staying with them. You'll more than make up this time later on. My name is Stefan Meyer, by the way, and I'll show you a different engine in each video. Okay, let's go inside. Today I've got a somewhat elderly delight for you. We have here a 2.5 V6 from an Opel Omega B with engine code X25XE. For this engine we need a CT884K1 kit with these components. I've already prepared this engine in advance. You need to expose the belt drive correspondingly and then set the timing gear so that cylinder 1 is at TDC. You start by setting the engine to just before TDC. We have 5 marks for that. There is one mark here at the bottom on the crankshaft and a notch on each camshaft sprocket. You've now set the engine to just before TDC. The next step is to fit the locking tool for the crankshaft and then turn the engine further to TDC. Once you've fitted the crankshaft tool and turned the shaft until it contacts the water pump, we can go to cylinder bank 1 and 2 of the camshaft and insert the appropriate tool. Please remember the word top must face upwards. If you can't insert the tool first time, you can loosen the idler and turn the idler at the eccentric until the tool can be inserted. Then do the same at cylinder bank 3 and 4. There's a second tool for this. Same procedure with the word top here too. Should you also be unable to insert the tool here, please loosen the idler at the bottom and turn it until the tool can be inserted. The timing gear is now correctly locked. The next job is to release the tension in the belt. For this, please loosen the tensioning pulley nut and release the tension in the belt by turning the eccentric clockwise using the hexagon socket. Once you've removed the belt, you can set about changing the various components. Close attention is needed again here. When changing the belt, please note that it is direction specific. That means we have various marks that have to align on the engine. For the camshafts, there are 2 marks each, left and right, and also a mark for the crankshaft. To fit the belt, start at the bottom at the crankshaft. The double lines on the belt must align with the crankshaft mark. To ensure that the whole thing can't jump off, we wedge it here and then continue fitting the belt clockwise. Please ensure that the other lines align with the marks in the cutouts at the top. Before you can then set the timing belt via the tensioning pulley, you must first adjust the 2 idlers. Start at the lower idler. Under this arrow there is a point which you have to turn to 2 o'clock on the lower idler. The procedure is the same for the upper idler. That is to say, here's the arrow with the point above it, and you now set this to 11 o'clock. Move on to the tensioning pulley. Position the setting mark approximately 1 mm above this edge by rotating counterclockwise at the hexagon socket. You've now set the tensioning pulley. Next, you need to turn the engine over through 2 revolutions so that you can check the timing gear again. Once you've turned the engine over twice, you have to lock the timing gear again. Don't worry about the fact that the marks are no longer aligned. They were only needed during fitting. Now you need to set the tensioning pulley and timing belt again. To carry out the setting procedure, you need the gauge. Place the gauge on the camshaft sprockets for cylinders 3 and 4. There are 2 marks on the gauge. These marks have to align with the marks on the camshaft sprockets. Now go to the lower idler and adjust the position from 2 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Here's the arrow. The point above the arrow must now be at 12 o'clock. Cylinder bank 1 and 2 is set in just the same way as cylinder bank 3 and 4, except that we now go to the upper tensioning pulley and turn the whole thing from the 11 o'clock position to 9 o'clock. Now you need to set the tensioning pulley again. To do so, turn the tensioning pulley counterclockwise at the hexagon socket until the pointer is about 3 to 4 millimeters above the tensioning pulley groove. The engine and the timing belt tension are now correctly set. Next, turn the engine over through 2 revolutions and then check the timing gear again. Everything should be correct now. Okay, you're almost there. You now just have to complete the engine. Please follow the manufacturer's specifications carefully, especially the torques. Remember, take it gently. Before you get the car back on the road, bear our quality stamp in mind. Place our change sticker in a clearly visible location in the engine compartment, so the customer can see that you've installed a quality product.